If you're a sports card collector of any kind, stop doing these 5 things and you will have a much better collection. Number 5, stop buying only speculative fighters. Everyone loves a good speculative buy, including me, and it's fun to roll the dice on new faces and see if they can scratch and claw their way to the top. You've got a feeling about this guy or girl, and you know this athlete is going to be the next big thing, so you try and buy in early. Most sought after rookies already have a ton of hype baked into their prices, and sometimes these prices are even comparable to some of the best athletes that have ever competed in that sport. And this isn't just a phenomenon relegated to the UFC card world. We see this in NBA and NFL collecting as well. Much like the stock market, most investments with crazy returns are volatile, and speculating on rookie athletes, and especially UFC rookies, is just like that. With one loss, a UFC fighter's career can be completely derailed, and they may never be the same again, both physically and mentally, after a brutal finish. Stop spending so much money on speculative buys. So sit down, make a plan, and budget a certain amount of your card cash to speculative buys. Make the prospects earn it before you buy in. We've seen it over and over again that pricing doesn't really even go through the roof when a fighter wins a championship. In some cases, the pricing has actually somehow fallen. But if they don't win a championship, the odds of you wanting them in your collection, or really them holding value long term, is very slim. So do yourself a favor and buy some cards of your favorite GOATs, buy some rookie cards of that champion that you've loved watching the past few years, and save yourself the anguish of watching a hype train get derailed. In the comments below, what's one thing people should stop doing that will help their collecting? Number 4, stop buying into so many breaks, specifically pick your fighter breaks. The addictive nature of whatnot can be a problem, with stories of people losing thousands of dollars with little to nothing to show for it. And the pick your fighter style of break has to be one of the worst odds to hit big cards, as well as the least economic way to collect, as most fighters' buy-in prices are in some cases higher than the price of specific SSPs, autos, and product hits that are selling on the secondary eBay marketplace. As well as you have no guarantee to receive anything in return for your purchase. You can spend your money and receive literally nothing.
You get nothing!
Stop doing this to yourself. Much like with the speculative rookie buys, if you want to do these breaks, just sit down, figure out a good budget for this, and stick to it so that you can allocate your precious guap towards those big singles you have on your watch list. Number 3, stop buying so many low to mid-end cards. I'm sure a lot of people have a similar story as myself, and when I first started collecting and buying singles, I was scared to buy higher end cards, which is understandable because a lot of time those cards can be very expensive. What was funny about that is I was buying so many low to mid that the total amount spent was getting close to higher end cards. So why are you buying so many low and mid-tier cards when you could just save your money for a little bit, be patient, and go after one of your grails? Personally, I've never regretted buying like a higher end card that I've had my eye on for a long time, but I have regretted many low or mid-end purchases. So be patient, clear your watch list of all the low to mid flips on eBay, and slowly save up for that big card. Number 2, stop purchasing so many products to rip. You're probably saying to yourself, Zach, what do you mean? You rip products on the channel all the time. And what I'm saying here isn't to never rip products. I enjoy the process of checking out new products just as much as everyone else. What I'm saying is you don't need to rip 5 hobby boxes right after release day. You don't need to buy out the whole shelf of blasters at your local Walmart. This is kind of the same logic as stop buying into pick your fighter breaks, so limit yourself to a budget for wax and stick to that. At the end of the day, products is a big gamble, and in my experience, 60 to 75% of the time, you're going to be on a loss for the product that you've purchased. You will be able to get a better collection gunning for singles on eBay, and you'll be able to pick up the exact cards and the exact athletes that you want to have in your collection. And finally, number 1, stop buying singles from newly released products. The new product has just dropped, and all the singles you're seeing on eBay are the best cards you've ever seen. The product at drop week is the hottest it will most likely ever be, and you're out there like a kid picking up eggs at Easter, snatching up everything. Please give the market time to breathe and let the hype wear off of the newly released product. FOMO has gotten the best of everyone a time or two, but almost always taking a month or two to kind of scope out the landscape and figure out which designs you actually love will help you avoid FOMO purchases. If a few months have passed and you still really like that card in your watch list, then you've given the market some time to cool off and saved yourself a couple bucks. As well as now you have more comps to use when trying to figure out what you want to pay for those cards.